Today, dozens of people armed with signs and drums marched across Uptown to protest domestic violence that's unfolded all across Charlotte.
Just last week, a man burned his ex-girlfriend's home, killing both her and himself. New tonight, police tell Eyewitness News anchor Erica Bryant why they didn't realize this man was a threat, even though he had a history.
That's right, Scott. Police have 3 databases that they can run a suspect's name through to gather background information. But at the time of this incident, the person who they say committed this crime was not a suspect here. So federal law prevented them from running his name through one of those systems. A week after another domestic violence-related homicide in Charlotte, a crowd gathered with signs to remember the victim and to help others recognize the warning signs that DV may turn deadly.
If the person is stalking them, if the person has committed violence in the past and if that violence has escalated, if that person is depressed, there are certain factors that they can learn about.
On April 28th, police say Tamika McClellan was assaulted and her house set on fire while she and her 2 children were inside. The children survived, but McClellan and her ex-boyfriend died. McClellan had called 911 earlier about Stovall being outside her home. CMPD responded and escorted him away from the property.
Although knocking on a window at 4 in the morning is not the smartest thing to do, it's not against the law.
Without an open case against Stovall, police say their hands were tied and a search of warrants turned up nothing. But since the deaths, a previous history of violence has surfaced in another state.
There was no crime that was committed at that particular time. So we had no reason and no authority to actually check his criminal history.
Now, officers say that those guidelines are in place to make sure that the database access is not abused and that any changes to those rules would have to come at the federal level.